Have you ever felt like someone was happy when things went wrong for you, but strangely quiet when things went right? Maybe they smile at your face, but deep down, they don't want to see you succeed. The truth is, jealousy is one of the hardest emotions to hide. People can fake kindness. They can fake support, but their behavior almost always reveals how they really feel. In this video, you'll discover 10 psychological signs that someone may be secretly jealous of you. Some of these signs are so subtle that most people never notice them. Let's get started. Number 1, they can't celebrate your success. Have you ever shared good news with someone, only to receive a cold or unenthusiastic reaction? Maybe you got a promotion, started a successful business, or achieved a personal goal you work hard for. Instead of celebrating with you, they quickly change the subject. Give a short response like, "That's nice," or act as if your achievement isn't a big deal. Why? Because jealousy often makes it difficult for people to feel genuinely happy about someone else's success. Deep down, your achievements remind them of what they haven't accomplished. That doesn't always make them a bad person, but it can affect the way they respond to your wins. Someone who truly supports you will usually celebrate your success. Someone who's secretly jealous may struggle to do the same. Now, the second sign is even harder to recognize because it often sounds like a compliment. Number 2, they give backhanded compliments. At first, it sounds like they're being nice, but if you listen carefully, their compliments often come with a hidden insult. They might say, "You're actually smarter than I expected," or "I can't believe someone like you got that job." On the surface, those words sound positive, but underneath, they quietly reduce your achievement. Psychologists call this a backhanded compliment. It's a subtle way of expressing jealousy without openly admitting it. Instead of celebrating your success, they try to make it seem like luck or something unexpected. People who genuinely admire you don't need to put you down while praising you. Their compliments feel sincere, not confusing. If someone's kind words often leave you feeling uncomfortable instead of appreciated, it may be a sign that jealousy is hiding behind their smile. Now, the third sign is one of the most common, and most people completely overlook it. Number 3, they constantly compare themselves to you. Have you ever noticed someone turning every conversation into a competition? You share something you've achieved, and they immediately talk about something they've done that's even bigger. You buy a new car, they suddenly mention a more expensive one. You reach a personal goal, they quickly point out one of theirs. Healthy people can celebrate someone else's success without making it about themselves. But jealousy often creates the need to compete. Instead of feeling inspired, they feel threatened. So they constantly compare their life, their achievements, and their progress to yours. The problem is, comparison never leads to satisfaction. It only creates more frustration. If someone always tries to prove they're doing better than you, it may not be confidence. It could be hidden jealousy. Now, the fourth sign is much more subtle because it often happens behind your back. Number 4, they talk about you behind your back. Jealous people don't always confront you directly. Instead, they often talk about you when you're not around. Sometimes it's gossip. Sometimes it's subtle criticism. And sometimes they spread small rumors that slowly damage your reputation. Why would someone do that? Because bringing you down makes them feel like they're lifting themselves up instead of improving their own life. They focus on finding flaws in yours. Of course, everyone talks about other people from time to time, but there's a difference between having conversation and constantly looking for ways to make someone look bad. People who secretly admire you will usually protect your reputation. People who are secretly jealous may quietly try to damage it. If you often hear that someone has been criticizing you behind your back, even though they act friendly in person, jealousy could be the real reason. Now, the fifth sign is something. Number 5, they try to minimize your achievements. Have you ever shared something you were proud of, only for someone to immediately say, "Anyone could have done that," or "You just got lucky," instead of recognizing your hard work? They look for reasons why your success doesn't really matter. Why? Because admitting your achievement would mean accepting that you've accomplished something they haven't. So rather than giving you credit, they reduce your success to luck, good timing, or outside help. But here's the truth. Successful people understand the effort behind success. Jealous people often try to make it seem ordinary. If someone constantly finds ways to downplay everything you achieve, it may have very little to do with you and everything to do with their own insecurity. Now, number 6, they get uncomfortable when others praise you. Have you ever noticed someone's expression change the moment other people start complimenting you? Maybe your friends congratulate you, your coworkers praise your work, or someone publicly recognizes your achievement. Instead of joining the celebration, they suddenly become quiet. They change the subject or try to redirect the attention back to themselves. Why? Because jealousy often feels strongest when other people validate your success. It's no longer just your opinion. Now everyone else sees your value too. For someone who is secretly jealous, that can be difficult to accept. Confident people are happy to see others receive recognition. Jealous people often feel threatened by it. If someone consistently becomes uncomfortable whenever you're being praised, it could be a sign that your success is affecting them more than they're willing to admit. Now, the 7th sign is even more revealing because it shows up in the smallest conversations. Number 7, they secretly enjoy your failures. This is one of the clearest signs of hidden jealousy. Think about what happens when something goes wrong in your life. Maybe you lose an opportunity, make a mistake, or experience a setback. Most people who genuinely care about you will offer support. They'll encourage you to keep going. But someone who's secretly jealous may react very differently. They might seem unusually interested in your failure, ask lots of questions, or even smile without realizing it. Sometimes they'll say things like, "I knew that wouldn't work," or "I saw that coming." These comments aren't meant to help. They're meant to make themselves feel better. Because when you're struggling, they no longer feel behind. A truly supportive person wants to see you succeed, even when life gets difficult. A jealous person may quietly feel relieved when things don't go your way. Now, the 8th sign is much more subtle, and it's something people often do without even realizing it. Number 8, they copy what you do. Have you ever noticed someone suddenly developing the same interests as you? Maybe you start going to the gym, and a few weeks later, they do too. You begin reading certain books, and suddenly they're talking about those same books. You change your style, and before long, theirs starts to look surprisingly similar. Now, copying someone isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes it's admiration, but when it's combined with competition and resentment, it can also be a sign of hidden jealousy. Jealous people often compare themselves to the person they envy. Without realizing it, they begin copying the habits, choices, or lifestyle they wish they had. It's their way of trying to keep up. Confident people are comfortable creating their own path. Jealous people often feel the need to imitate someone else's. If you notice someone repeatedly copying your decisions while constantly comparing themselves to you, there may be more going on than simple coincidence. Now, the 9th sign is one of the easiest to recognize once you know what to look for. Number 9, they rarely support your ideas. Have you ever shared an exciting idea, only for someone to immediately point out why it won't work? Maybe you tell them about a new business, a career goal, or a personal dream you've been working toward. Instead of encouraging you, they focus on everything that could go wrong. They say things like, "That's probably going to fail," or "Are you sure you're good enough for that?" At first, it may sound like they're just being realistic, but if they never support your ideas and always expect you to fail, it could be something deeper. People who genuinely care about you want to see you grow. Even if they have concerns, they'll encourage you while being honest. Someone who's secretly jealous may do the opposite. They try to plant doubt in your mind, hoping you'll give up before you succeed. If someone constantly discourages your goals without offering real support, it may not be honesty. It may be hidden jealousy. Now, let's move on to the final sign, and it's the most revealing of all. Number 10, they disappear when you're succeeding. One of the strongest signs of hidden jealousy is knowing when someone chooses to disappear. Think about it. When life is difficult, they're around. But the moment things start going well for you, they become distant. They stop checking in. They stop supporting you. And sometimes, they disappear completely. Why? Because your success reminds them of what they haven't achieved. Instead of feeling inspired, they feel uncomfortable. Truly supportive people don't disappear when you win. They celebrate your progress. They encourage your growth. And they're genuinely happy to see you succeed. Jealous people often do the opposite. Your success creates distance because it forces them to face their own insecurities. So, if someone slowly pulls away every time your life improves, don't ignore the pattern. Remember, one sign alone doesn't prove jealousy. But when several of these behaviors appear consistently, they can reveal emotions that words often hide. The best response isn't anger or revenge. It's to protect your peace, focus on your goals, and keep surrounding yourself with people who truly want to see you succeed. So what can we learn from all of this? Jealousy doesn't always look like anger. Sometimes it hides behind fake compliments, forced smiles, constant comparisons, or quiet criticism. But here's something important to remember. Not everyone who shows one of these behaviors is secretly jealous. People have bad days. They make mistakes. And sometimes there's a completely different explanation. That's why it's important to look for patterns, not isolated moments. If someone consistently shows several of these signs over time, their actions may be telling you more than their words ever will. The best way to deal with jealousy isn't to argue or seek revenge. Instead, protect your peace. Stay focused on your goals, and surround yourself with people who genuinely celebrate your success. Because the right people won't feel threatened by your growth. They'll be inspired by it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more videos about psychology and human behavior. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.